They came from beyond. These ghastly, ghoulish fiends will haunt your every dream. Like the sirens of old, these otherworldly sounds will lure man to his demise. If the spell cannot be broken, they will take hold, forever possessing the victim's soul. The humble electric guitar like you've never seen it before. In Notes from Beyond the Fretboard.
Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. Excuse me. In this seasonally spooky quick tricks, we're looking at notes from beyond the fretboard. First up is Gershon Kingsley's Popcorn. Now this one's really quite cool but also pretty tricky. There's no frets here, so you have to go with a combination of intuition and trial and error. Rest a finger from your left hand on the strings and just pick like you normally would. When you play some notes together, that's really when you start to get a sense of melody. I've put a shape where the tab usually is because that's how I'm thinking about this. I'm taking the shape here and just moving it up, condensing it down. Now there may very well be a better system, but I'm at a loss as to what that is. So bonus trick, you can make quite a convincing metronome sound, which oddly enough does come in more useful than you might think. So basically you maybe want a fifth interval between the B and the E strings. You hit the E string on the beat you want to accent, so I'm doing 4-4, so 1 on the E and then 3 on the B. Now something a bit more topical here would be the theme tune to Halloween. This next one's great if you want to get those super high notes but are lacking a whammy or pitch shifting pedal. Some delay will make the sound much more epic. All I'm doing here is pulling the string off the fretboard and pushing it down against the body of the guitar. For me it's actually going against the pickup, it can go against the body, it doesn't really matter too much. Now this isn't the most practical sound, but it's a pretty nifty studio trick to add some ambient or spooky noises. A variation on this, which as a point of reference I'm pretty sure Steve Vai uses in Tender Surrender, is bending a note off the fretboard. Now, this is a really cool sound that I've always been a bit annoyed I've never really found many ways to use it. Mimicking the brass section in Get Right by Jennifer Lopez is probably the closest thing to it. There's a pretty random element to this, and if you pull a tiny bit further, the pitch can totally change. Maybe some sort of custom guitar could help with this, I don't know. For a bonus trick, try doing this on the low E string. Other than pure guitar nerd comedy gold, you can get some riffs with it. It's like one of my Riff a Day videos by pushing it off the back of my neck there. There's a playlist there if you want to check them out. So this next one is fairly standard. You probably have heard this one before. Nut noise. So my notes are more or less these. It will change from guitar to guitar, but for a bit of spooky, abandoned playground music, you can't beat it. You can play with the tuners as well for some more unusual sounds. Again, compression and delay will help this one out. A Les Paul SG Flying V type guitar with a Tune-o-matic bridge, you can play there as well. There are more practical ways to use the behind the nut playing, like behind the nut bends. There's a lesson card up there if you want to check that out. And finally, we have the mock theremin. To do this, you want to... I'll just play it, that will be easier than explaining it. Similar to that first idea we looked at, but with the slide rather than your fingers. Using the bridge pickup will give you more notes, as the neck will tend to cut out sooner as you go towards the bridge. While you can play more traditional melodies here, the fun stuff really is just doing noises. On the note of traditional melodies, though, let's have a go at doing the popcorn one again. So it does kind of sound cool, but intonating that properly against a backing track or band is going to be pretty difficult. As well as just going up and down the strings. You can also go across them as well. So this works better when you pick it. Or if you have lots of compression on, you might not need to do that kind of sweeping motion as well. So a bonus tip, if you put in some kill switch action, you get instant Tom Morello vibes. That's almost it for the video. I've got a challenge for you, so can you make this noise? They call it the cat's meow. Okay, so I'll tell you how to do that one. Take your